Hello, hello, hello. Hello, how y'all doing? How y'all doing? So I figured I'd go ahead and get this talk about a Tuesday done early, y'all. I hope it ain't too early for you. I hope it ain't too early for you. But we doing talk about it Tuesday early, y'all. We doing it early. So I hope it ain't too early for you. So good morning, good morning. Let's talk about it, right? It's talk about it Tuesday. Yesterday was International Women's Day, is what I call it, but most people call it International Women's Day, which some of y'all might not know, like really might not know, that all of March is Women's Month. All of March is Women's Month. So with all of March being Women's Month, I just had to put that out there because everybody was like, oh my gosh, it's International Women's Day. Well, I called it International Women's Day because if you don't know, I'm talking about it today on Tuesday. If you don't know, the word woman comes from the word wombman, identifying the woman having a womb, period. So if you always wondered where man came from, it was always a part of womb man. So I call it International Women's Day. Deal with it. But if you don't know, yesterday it happened. That was yesterday. But the whole month of March is International Women's Day. To me, because the whole month of March, you're supposed to celebrate women. The whole month of March, the month of March is Women's History Month. So instead of just being like, oh yeah, let's talk about all of these historical figures in the world, let's start with the facts that we are making history right now. I'm one of those historical figures in the world. I am a Black woman, classified as a Black woman in the United States. I'm a brown person, classified as a brown person because I'm brown, right? But in being that, I'm already making history. So if you are a Black woman or identified as a brown woman, you are already making history. How are you already making history? Let's talk about it. You're already making history because your ass survived today. It's Tuesday. Talk about it. You survived. Out of all of the tricks to lie, kill, and steal and take over your life, today you managed to survive. So all of March, if you don't know, welcome y'all. It's Women's History Month. So act like you need to celebrate yourself every day. So what I'm doing is a part of Sheadujour for Women's History Month. And the only reason why I'm allowing it to say history is because I'm about to change the verbiage to Women's Herstory Month. Because when we tell the story, shit gets done. Every time he tell the story, we repeat that shit. Let's just keep it a bean. I'm talking about it. But so what I'm doing for the month of March for Women's Herstory Month, y'all heard me, I'm changing my verbiage, is I'm allowing free shipping on all of my Yoni steams. So if you don't know, now you know. I have Yoni steam bundles on my Etsy store. So if you are on Etsy.com, go to Sheadujour, search me out. I'm there. We there. But Sheadujour has Etsy steam bundles. So instead of you spending $15, $20 for just one product, you are spending as low as $10 for a few products. So I never got an opportunity to get the whole video out. So we're going to get it out before I get into talking about it because I want to be clear. The whole topic, hey, Queen, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. I'm talking about it. It's Talk About It Tuesday, and I started early today, so you already know what it's hitting for. And my kids love me so much. They got me this cup, and y'all probably can't see it, but it says I don't need Google. My mom knows because I do. I be researching everything, but as I take a sip of my tea, what I'm telling everybody is I'm doing in my Sheadujour store for the month of March is I am going to offer free shipping on all of my Yoni steams, as well as free shipping on all of the woman's teas. So if you was like, oh, I was going to get, yes, your Yoni Deluxe is coming today. Yes, yes, yes. I'm telling you, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. But what I was saying is in Sheadujour for what I'm doing for the month of March, because it's Womban's Herstory Month. Y'all heard me change all of the verbiage. I started beginning with the regular stuff, but this is where we really at. It's Wombman's Herstory month for the month of March. And in order to continue to make history the way this Wombman has been making history, y'all heard me, we making history. Because I don't know if y'all know any YouTuber out here that's telling you that she has 3 different versions of a tea that is going to be free shipping for the month of March. So the Easy Flow tea and the Easy Flow Deluxe is going to be free shipping. The loose leaf and the bagged is going to be free shipping. The Bring On Flow tea, which is the oral contraceptive, I'm trying to tell you, oral contraceptive, so you ain't never got to worry about popping a pill or taking a shot ever, never again. All you got to do is take it at the time in which your cycle's supposed to start, and poof, what do you need? And then when you ready to have them, you stop taking the damn tea. That's all I'm saying. So there you go on that. You ain't got to wait 5-10 years because of and I'll get into it. I really am. We're going to talk about it on this Tuesday because it's Women's Herstory Month. I ain't got time. But Bring On Flow tea and loose leaf and tea bags is going to be free shipping for the entire month of March. On top of that, my Wombman Sweat Blend tea. So for all of my moms, aunties, uncle, cousins, brothers, best friend, and grandma who might be going through menopause, I have a tea to assist with night sweats and hot flashes as well as mood stabilizing. So if you feel yourself on a high or a low, I got you in the middle with the Wombman Sweat Blend tea. That tea is specifically formulated for you with all of that stuff going on for the menopausal state. And that is also available in bagged and loose leaf. And it is also going to be free shipping on the website. So let's get into the Yoni Steam bundles because everybody's like, I was thinking about Yoni Steam and I don't know if I want to do it. I was thinking about doing it. So let me tell you, all you need to do to Yoni Steam at home, because I was telling people this, right? I hope you're sharing this video with your homegirls because all you need to Yoni Steam at home is a pot. This electric ass pot, you plug it in, you can get it at Walmart, Kmart. I've had this pot. This is a General Electric hot pot, and it has a little knob. You can plug it in and adjust it, the boil, simmer, all of that. I've had this pot, and I'm just going to tell y'all, I've had this pot for like 10 years. This pot has helped me do some kinky twists. It didn't boil some goddamn noodles. This pot didn't help me eat through college. I don't know what to tell you. I'd have made the Lipton noodles in the bag in this goddamn pot and microwave some chicken and made some shit happen when I was up in college. Okay? But mind you, I've had this pot for 10 years. It's that versatile. It was a teapot. It was my hair pot at one point. I used to travel and do hair and do kinky twists. So instead of boiling water all the time, you get an electric pot. Plug that bitch in, it boils the water for you and it can keep the water hot. But how does it work with a Yoni steam? Poof, all you need is this pot and like a raised little step stool. And you might not even need that because if you turn the pot all the way up, the steam will reach high enough to the Yoni. And if you don't know what your Yoni is, for those of us who's sitting on one right now, if you were born female, you have a Yoni. Now you understand what a Yoni is. So a Yoni is your middle parts. It is your private business. It's what we call the vajaj. And what you Yoni steam for is you clean that out. A lot of people don't know, and this is why I'm saying Women's Herstory Month, because at this time I'm making history right now. I'm gonna tell you, I'm making history right now because ain't nobody else having these routine discussions every fucking week. Ain't nobody telling you how to fix your actual mental thought process so that you can apply it to a better life. Ain't nobody telling you that shit. Everybody just telling you to like and subscribe. No, I'm telling you to like and subscribe because I got some real shit. I'm asking you if you would kindly like and subscribe my shit though and pass it on to your friend because that bitch needs some information too. Male or female, we call everybody the same. I love them all. They humans. Moving forward, Yoni steaming. Why do you Yoni steam? Well, you Yoni steam to get out all of the additional impurities in your life. You get out all of that extra shit that's holding you back. As a matter of fact, if you take the time to Yoni steam 20 to 25 minutes out of your day, that is giving you self-care time of clarity of thought. Not only does Yoni steam help with that part, we're just talking the emotional unblocking, that's the Yoni steaming portion. The actual physical part is if you've been wearing your girl out and you've been wearing her out and you like, listen, we need to tighten her up, but I ain't trying to spend $200 on it. Spend $10 at Walmart or Target. Go to my site, get my Yoni Steam bundle for $10. And what you get with my Yoni Steam bundle is the perfect date me time. I'm telling you, right? So we're going to start with the no incense one first. You get this Yoni Steam. Most Yoni Steams have salt, roses, and other things in them, and that's exactly what's in mine. They're all pure. Ain't nothing that's going to really break you out or none of that. The great thing about my Yoni steams is you can use them as a steam or a soak. So if you want to get a sitz bath, I wish I'd have brought the damn sitz bath downstairs because I do them both. Because sometimes I don't be feeling like standing over that damn pot. Let's keep it honest. Sometimes you like, listen, I just needed a real quick. So you can sprinkle a little bit of this into a sitz bath and sit in it for about 20, not even 15, 20 minutes on your toilet. This is a great herbal cure. For example, ladies who like to shave down there, you might get nicked. Let's talk about it because it's Talk About It Tuesday. I told you I talk about all the taboo shit. So if you happen to be one of those shavers and you happen to nick yourself and you like, fuck, I got a date tonight, you could Yoni steam right quick and pull that shit right back together. Kid you not even 3 days later, bitch is healed and ready to slip and slide again. Put it out there. But I told you I was starting early with my shenanigans. All right, so with this is the sample size Yoni steam, or you can actually get my basic size Yoni steam. And like Mika already said, she got the deluxe on the way. So the deluxe actually has bacterial vaginosis and yeast infection herbs in them. So they help to prevent those two things. And if you are going through those things, they treat those things. On top of the deluxe, it also makes you taste a little better. I add some cinnamon to it, a little bit of rosemary, make them want to. I'm just saying. That's why. People's like, why do you put that on there? That's why I put that on there on Instagram, because it make you want to. I'm telling you. Don't get mad because good head is in. It's 2021. Quit playing. So, all right. So this is the sample size Yoni steam that you would get with the Yoni bundle for $10, $15, or the $20 one. I do not have any in my bundles, I believe, over $20 because I'm giving you the best possible value. Like I'm telling you, best possible value. Like you're not going to get another Etsy store that's willing to give you crystal, sage, Palo Santo, and incense sticks on top of a sample size Yoni steam, on top of possibly the sweet luck oil. But now they're here and there, I'm mixing up the bundles. Let's talk about it. So the no incense bundle, you get the sample size Yoni steam and you get this herbal incense blend that you can actually sprinkle into your candle to accelerate the scent of the candle, or you can actually use this in an incense burner or a potpourri burner, or you can use it with a charcoal disc. And if you don't know, now you know. This is a charcoal disc. You light these and you just put this empty the contents into a burn safe container. So you could use something like an incense burner. You definitely don't want to use anything plastic. Don't use a plastic ashtray or a glass one because it could possibly crack it because of the heat. Just telling y'all some shit that I did. I done broke some shit in my house. Fuck it. But all right, so you can put this with this if you choose, but this is just a basic non-flammable, or you can actually sprinkle this around in a room. It's salt and other additional protective herbs, so just put that out there. So you get these two pieces in a $10 bundle, as well as which one? What you want? Yes, you don't need to ask me to play with your toys, child. All right, you know how to get. You get 2 red candles. You get 2 red candles. You also get 3 white tea light candles. So if you want to know, like, what the fuck, what do I get with all this? So you get 5 candles from me. And these 2 things, 5 candles, $10. That's it. $10. That's it. In the month of March, it's free fucking shipping. $10 for that. So you're like, you know what? What if I want to get the $15 one? So if you want to get the $15 one, let me show you what you get for $15. You get this amethyst crystal. Yes, I don't get cheap. You get a nice ass amethyst crystal and you get a nice big ass rose quartz crystal. And I know it looks more like clear quartz because of my lighting, but rose quartz crystal. You get these nice big chunks in here for $15. So you get the crystals, you get Yoni steam sample, you get your protective herb sample, and you get 5 candles if you choose to light them. That's how the no incense bundle works. But say you want the incense bundle. I want the incense bundle for $10. So for $10, you want the incense bundle. So the incense bundle, you get the steam. I give you, hold on, y'all. I picked up all the incense. Hold on. You get 3 rose incense, the steam, and these same 5 candles. The 2 red candles, 3 white candles. You get that for $10. But say you want the $15 bundle. So the $15 bundle includes the crystals, as well as 3 patchouli sticks. So you get an additional incense stick to go, additional 3 incense sticks to go with that. On top of, you get these 2 candles in Florida water. I forgot, and it fits in the deluxe bundle for the no incense. You also get these 2 scented in Florida water. And if you ain't on my Patreon, I want you to go to my Patreon, subscribe to the CWC Patreon, because I tell you the coolest thing about these little beauties and how you can use these in some secret works so that you can get all of your desires met. Just gonna put it out there because I'm saying I'm going to Jamaica this summer. We ain't gonna talk about how. But I dress these in Florida water for you. And if you're on my Patreon, I tell you what you can do with these. But you get these 2 additional candles. So that's a deluxe. But wait, say you want the deluxe plus, because y'all saw it. It's $20 for the deluxe plus, right? So the deluxe plus, y'all heard me, deluxe plus. The deluxe plus no incense gives you my sweet protection oil. And the great thing about the sweet protection oil is it also has herbs in it for luck and attraction. It's one of them multi-purposeful things. You can use it literally for whatever you need. And again, get on my Patreon because I'm about to be telling y'all about it for real. And my lowest subscription is $5, so we ain't gonna talk about it. But you get the sweet protection oil that comes with the deluxe plus bonus. So you get 5 actually you get 7 candles, 2 stones, a Yoni steam sample, in the deluxe plus for $20, and it's free shipping for the month of March. Putting that shit out there. But say, oh, and I forgot about your other protective herb for deluxe plus. No incense. But when you want the incense deluxe plus, I give you a stick of sage and I give you 2 sticks of Palo Santo. So I don't know about y'all niggas, but when I went to the store, just this one little thing was $5, and just these 2 little things was $7. I'm just gonna put that out there for $20. You can get this incense, 7 candles, a Yoni steam blend, and 2 crystals. I don't know what to tell you, but I think that's a hell of a fucking deal to come right to your fucking door. We're gonna put that out there. A hell of a deal to come right to your door. Yes, it is. I'm telling you, hell of a deal to come right to your door. So that's what I'm doing for the Woman's Herstory month. So let's talk about it though. Why do you need to Yoni steam? I found one of your sandals. Thank you. I was looking for this sandal to throw it away. Appreciate it. Now. It was the under the washing chair. Thank you very much. I tell you, kids, man, they know. They just know. They're like, I'm annoying you. I'm getting on your nerves. Come here. Let me say something else, Mom. I know you're doing a live. I know you out here trying to work. Please stop. Thank you. I don't even know what I'm gonna do with these sandals now, but child to find my sandals. Thank you. And I'm happy she did because them was from Detroit. I was lied about wanting to throw them away. I really didn't. I was just looking for them so I could hot glue them bitches back together because I like them. All right, don't judge me. Don't judge me. All right, moving forward. So, why do you want a Yoni steam? Why is it so important to take care of your Yoni? Why is everybody always talking about Women's Herstory Month that you need to sit down and Yoni steam? Well, honestly, the importance of the Yoni steaming for a woman, the importance of it for a woman historically has been to prepare her for marriage. Yes, Yoni steaming did not start in the African culture. It actually started in the Asian culture, deep rooted in the Asian culture, to be exact. Not only do they steam, they actually use eggs. And if you're not familiar with Yoni eggs, I'm telling you now, you need to get familiar with them because it's something that is useful in our practices. It's useful in our woman's health. I don't need a pen. Don't bring me anything else. Leave everything in the living room. Thank you. So, why is it important? Why is it so important to learn her story of Yoni steaming? Well, the importance of learning her story of Yoni steaming, I'm telling you, order it. Send me it. You can get to me. Hit me up in the DMs. I Cash App, I PayPal, I got Venmo, I got all the forms and whatever you might need. And if you ain't got it, don't worry about it because I told y'all I give more than I receive. So hit me up in my DMs. If you don't know, I'm on IG, Trish_Dean. You can reach me that way. If you on Facebook, it's my government. So Laytrisha Dean. I'm very sure if you look up Dean, you're going to find me. Oh, the Patreon is the CWC Education Station. I told y'all I like to keep shit simple. So the CWC Education Station on YouTube is the CWC Education Station on Patreon. And I also have a podcast where I really probably should have double recorded this, but I can't. But I also have a podcast on Anchor that I'm discussing spirituality and the spiritual basic of keeping shit simple, making things come to you and understanding how to get them to you. So I give what I can receive. I give more so I can receive more. Y'all heard me. I give so I can receive. You heard. But I'm never hurting on the giving. So if I ever need to, I'm okay with that. Me and the universe got an agreement. I'm going to get mine on the back end. If you ain't heard my spiritual, I'm going to get mine on the back end. But moving forward, when you want a Yoni steam, the Yoni steaming, her story of Yoni steaming is all the way back in ancient Asian times. So the Asian continent, that's where it started. Why did they start Yoni steaming? Because Yoni steaming was the way to show when a woman was betrothed, whether or not she had been with a man and if she is going to survive childbirth. Because we ain't have hospitals back then. And I'm going to be 110. I got my faith in Western medicine, but not too much to believe that there wasn't something before Western medicine. And if you dumb enough to think that we all just were birthed in hospitals, you must be born yesterday, is all I got for that. I'm not going to be rude. What? Awesome. Don't tell me about nothing else while I'm doing this live, okay? Thank you. Child, keep interrupting I love her though. But moving forward. So, woman's Herstory, Yoni steaming came from ancient Asian practices. They used to use a jade egg. In order to have a jade egg, you had to be from a wealthy family. Like jade was not something that farmers had. You had to be a part of the royal family in order to have jade in your possession. They would use jade eggs in steaming pots. These women would stand over them for hours. Hence why they were the portion of the Yoni steaming was also to help them build their durability as a wife, to help them physically understand that going through marital, like real talk, being betrothed to someone else has its drawbacks, and you need to be strong enough to stand through it. You might lose a husband, you might get exiled. We don't know. We might get poisoned out this mofo. Like, and this is just my simplistic breakdown of the information in Herstory. You could always go back and check and be like, that bitch was right. I'm telling you, I was right. I found it. Anyway, so when we talking about woman's Herstory, we're really talking about how Yoni steaming really comes down from ancient Asian practices. And if you had a jade egg, you was that nigga. You was the person on the block, whatever. But okay, so what they would do with this jade egg, literally they would insert it into the vaginal cavity. The purpose of the jade egg is it was supposed to be small enough for the woman to hold it in her vaginal cavity, constricting her muscles. The purpose of constricting these muscles is for her to learn pussy control. Why do you need to learn pussy control? Because if ain't nobody else told you, Lil Kim said it once, twice, 4 times before, it rules the world, goddammit. You need to understand pussy control. So understanding pussy control, you also understand that through childbirth, you're learning how to control the flow of the contraction so you're not screaming all types of crazy. Because I'll be honest, back in ancient times, if your ass got too loud, they would behead you. They didn't get no fucks. And on top of that, there was babies that were birthed in secret on purpose. You were not supposed to be queen with a tummy the next day. You birthed that baby, your ass was supposed to be snatched. Ain't nobody see. By the time they saw you in the next 2 moons, your ass was supposed to be snatched. So how did they snatch it back? Well, they stuck an egg in you. They stuck an egg up there and made you learn how to reconstrict those muscles. Why? Because the king is not having the fact that he can't get down with the get down because you had a baby. I don't know what to tell you, bitch. Get it together. So that's where Yoni steams come from. I know, right? I gotta start doing like the ghetto story time or some shit. But that's where it comes from. So Yoni steaming was really purposeful in the woman's dichotomy. It was purposeful to make sure that the woman snatched back. Why did she have to snatch back so quickly? Because she had to hurry up and get them heirs out. She had to get them babies out. She had to hurry up and get shit back in order. The longer she was down with childbirth, the longer the shit was in disarray. And ain't nobody got time to be doing your job because you had a baby, bitch. Get it together. The unfortunate part is it was also adopted within Western society, but the adaptation in Western society was maternity leave for 6 weeks. What they didn't understand is 2 moons actually meant 2 months at a minimum. It did not mean 6 fucking weeks. So in Western society, where we're like, nah, we'll just bounce back, just throw some Tylenol at it. Well, that's where you get 6-week maternity leave. It comes from ancient Herstory practices. And some of these countries still very much practice this today. The woman does not go back to work until the child is walking, period. That nigga walking, running around, then she can go back to work. Oh, girl, I'm sorry. You good? You good? Yeah, I'll drop the Patreon in the group. I'm so sorry, girl. I started early today. My bad. If I'm still on, catch me. But yeah, I got you, Mika. I got you. So in our unicorn group, my Patreon, CWC Education Station, get on there because I'm teaching you how to actually wield this magic for real. But okay, let's go back to her story. Her story. Now, Yoni steaming. The historical purposes of Yoni steaming was also adapted by the African culture. It was adapted by the African culture in order for the woman to prove her virility towards the man. Why? Because we were in a position to where we were birthing so many people. Like real talk, we were put into birth factories as slaves. Her story. Birth factories as slaves. But before that happened, we were birthing whole fucking nations. In order to understand why the Asian women were just that strong and they were able to take the time and be so calm in their demeanor and run whole countries, we adopted it on the African side of Yoni steaming as purification. Now, when you mix the two, like I do, you do it for purification and tightening. That's how it goes. If you use the egg just literally, while you're Yoni steaming with the egg, all it does is assist your muscles to become more limber for you to notice how to control them. If you just do the egg, you just do the egg. If you just do the steam, you just do the steam. Do you have to do both? Absolutely not. So that's just my real quick. You don't have to do both. You can if you choose. One does not lead to the other and vice versa. But her story, let's go back to the Asian culture of it. When these women possessed these jade eggs, they would literally lay a fucking egg. Now, when I watched on YouTube Versity about Yoni steaming and Yoni eggs, I'm like, these bitches is mad. Fuck they mean lay an egg? Well, let's be clear. When you use a Yoni egg, you do literally lay an egg, your body, your muscles. So once you stick it up like a tampon, yes, you stick a Yoni egg up in your vaginal cavity like a tampon. Once you stick it up there like a tampon, you don't swish it around and play with it, but you get it as close to your cervix as possible. As the day progresses or days progress, your muscles constrict so much to where it literally pushes the egg out. Now, if you the type of person who has an oral defecation, which means you poop daily. I mean, I said oral, you heard me. That means you poop daily through your mouth. But we're going to talk about that. But if you defecate regularly, which means if you poop regularly on a day-to-day basis, when you poop regularly on a day-to-day basis, the force of your poop will actually push the egg out and you lay an egg. Some people get real worried and be like, oh, shit, I heard a click in the toilet. Did it break? Did it break? Most Yoni eggs, like good quality eggs, are very durable. They might get a crack, but it's no different than having a rose quartz stone. But let me tell you, when you get a Yoni egg, do not get a raw Yoni egg. Don't do yourself no favors by putting this raw, coarse ass thing. Most of the time, Yoni eggs are tumbled and refined. So, and you can get them in a set too. So I suggest you get them in a set. Most women don't know how to use Yoni eggs, and I'm gonna be honest, the fucking instructions ain't no goddamn help. They come in a cute ass box, and they're like, here's your Yoni egg, small, large, and medium. Congratulations on your Yoni journey. And they don't tell you not shit on how to use them. So then you go to YouTube Versity, and YouTube Versity is like, well, it depends on how you want it. It depends on what you're gonna do. Fuck out of here. Let me tell you, this is how you use a Yoni egg. Poof, what do you need? Share this with your best friends, uncle, cousin, sister, who's deciding on whether or not they're going to use a Yoni egg. This is how you do it because I talk about shit on Tuesday. Poof, here you go. The large Yoni egg is for people who are having a lot of sex or just had a fucking baby. If you are using a large Yoni egg, that means you had just had sex or you or just had a fucking baby. The large Yoni egg is because your muscles are stretched out so wide in the inside that you need the egg to assist you to conform and contract. If you put a large egg up in there and that bitch come out within an hour, do yourself a favor and don't put that motherfucker back up in there. Go down to a size and use the medium-sized egg. Why? Because your body just told you that this big ass thing don't need to be in this cavity. You can take anaconda dick, but you don't need anaconda egg. You feel me? I just want to be clear. You can take anaconda dick, but you don't need anaconda egg. Anaconda egg ain't for that. Yoni eggs, the larger it is, does not make it stretch. It doesn't make it easier for your vaginal cavity. What happens is if you're using a larger egg than what your body size calls for, it actually disrupts your urinary tract and it makes you want to urinate more frequently because it feels like a bowling ball sitting on your uterine wall, which what pregnancy used to feel like. Dumbass, don't put a big ass egg in there if you ain't that big. Let's just be honest. Let's be honest. Now, with a medium-sized egg, we cool. So you use the medium-sized egg for if you are with one partner, maybe two. You use a medium-sized egg if you've never yoni egg before, just to get your feel on a fit to see if maybe you might need to go down a size. Your egg size is actually pursuant to your vaginal cavity size. So if it seems like it's too small to fit in there, then you might need the larger eggs until you can get your muscles tight enough to get it together. Now, the small egg. If you decide to go down the road of the small egg, I need you to understand one thing for certain and two things for sure. It's going to slide out. The purpose of the small egg is for you to practice holding your muscles. It is not meant for you to carry it around daily at all. It's meant for you literally to practice working your muscles. So the small egg, once you insert it, the whole purpose is to put the muscles in overdrive on purpose with them Kegels to keep the egg in there, and then you release it. You should not be rocking with the smallest egg for longer than an hour or two. Reason being, because you can overwork your muscles on the inside, cause some internal cramping that you ain't even know could happen, and that ain't the kind of life you want to lead. I'ma just keep it a bean with you, okay? As I sip my tea. So that's yoni egging. Now, a lot of people also said something about them yoni balls that you stick up in there. I never suggest that you stick anything with tissue or herbs attached to it into your body that way. One of two reasons. You're asking for a breeding ground of infection because the inside of your body is already primed to reproduce life, and bacteria is life, and whatever is on that piece of cloth inside of those herbs and whatever is on those herbs is going to fucking grow inside of you. Why? Because you are a womb man, period. The purpose of the womb is to make things grow. And as a woman, you can give us shit and we will turn it into diamonds. However, if you a woman that would prefer to have shit, you just created more shit. At the end of the day, we create things on purpose. That's what women are designed to do. Men are designed to protect and uphold the creation. You heard me. Protect and uphold the creation. Am I saying that they are any less? Absolutely not. I said it in my last videos. You got to have both at the same time. That energy at the same time. So don't go out here putting them little yoni balls up in your yoni, because I'm telling you, as great as someone may make that shit sound, you are literally designed as a human being to create life, period. So whatever life you stick inside of you is going to be created. It's that simple. Now, with your yoni egg, as far as care, you want to also make sure that you're washing it after you use it. Don't do yourself no favor and think that you hanging it in the shower by its little string and it gets washed by the water and it's okay. No, just because it's a crystal. You can sage that crystal, but yoni eggs are waterproof for the most part. So you can actually soak and water that motherfucker, and I suggest you do it, because I don't understand why you would stick an egg up in your business and not wash that bitch before you use it. At every time, always make sure you wash your yoni eggs before you insert them. Now, when it comes down to the steam, the great thing about the yoni steam is this. With my particular yoni steams, I can't say it for everybody. With my yoni steams, if you use half of this sample size bottle in a pot of water, in this pot of water. You can actually drain off the herbs and reuse the water to soak in only for 48 hours. After 48 hours, discard that shit, let it ride. Just get you another pot of water and add some more herbs and try that shit again. If you let it sit in outside of the herbs or even with the herbs in it for longer than 48 hours, do not use that shit. I'm not playing with you. I told you don't use it. Yes, I said you can reuse it, but I'm telling you after 48 hours, don't do that shit because, again, breeding ground, bacteria, all of that. I told you first, I did you a favor. All right. Now, after you go through with the yoni steaming and you're like, all right, so why was it so important for them bitches to have yoni steams back then? Well, after they gave childbirth, after they gave birth to children, they yoni steamed as well to snatch it back, but they snatched it back for two reasons. Number one, because they had to get back to work. What does get back to work mean? You got to get back to performing your wifely duties. It's that simple. You need to continue to have that fertile ground. Just because you had one kid don't mean we won't behead you. So it was always a risk for women to always remain fertile. So yoni steaming helped to make sure that any additional bacteria, because of how life was lived, they didn't have regular soap and water. Because of any additional bacteria, they yoni steamed at least once a week. And in that yoni steam, what they did is they completely covered themselves. So when I told you to get a pot and I said get some water, what you want to do is make sure in this day and age, get you a super long maxi dress that goes down to the floor. You can literally stand over the pot with the maxi dress with your legs spread and get your yoni steam on. You don't have to get the $110 stool that I was looking at. I'm just putting it out there. If you want to have a yoni stool, you can do that. But here's a real life hack, right? You know them dollar store lawn chairs? You know what I'm talking about. The little plastic ones that got the little X crisscross dip, the dollar store lawn chair. All you can do is literally slide a few of them aside and sit in the bitch and sit the pot underneath it. You got your own stool and you got a... I'm just going to put it out there. I'm that chick. I like to make shit practical. I ain't got time. So you can yoni steam at home. Now, again, you want to get rid of all of that additional bacteria, but this is the other portion of yoni steaming. So the other portion of yoni steaming is this simple. It also helps your womb to cleanse itself out. What does that mean? Womb cleansing is important for a brown person. It's important for a minority. It's important for a woman, period. Your womb has held on to all of the trauma that you've ever endured in your lifetime. If you are trying to figure out why you can't get to that intimate moment with your new partner and why people in your past relationships keep telling you, you keep treating me like so-and-so, that is because your womb is keeping track of her trauma and you are not doing her no favors in releasing it by not yoni steaming. Now, do you actually have to yoni steam to release the trauma? No, you can also use my yoni steams as a goddess bath. You can run yourself a bath water. You can sprinkle a little of this into your bath water and you can literally sit and relax and ask yourself, why do I love me so much to do this? Why is it important to do this in the month of March? Because it's Woman's Herstory month. You know how many women, including myself, who are sparking roads and making challenges seem real easy out here. Ride on our energy, goddammit. We are inviting you on Unicorn Road. We're telling you to come on out here with us. We're telling you to pick up all of that extra baggage, drop that shit off at the dump, and live life for the rest of the month with us. Why? Because the energy of March, with it being the reason why it became Women's History Month, is because historically they killed a lot of women in March. Y'all ain't know that, huh? They killed a lot of women in March. A lot of them. And because we get Mother's Day in May and they didn't want to make it seem like, you know, they were just trying to get out of some shit, in March, we got Women's Herstory Month. So you want to do a lot of digging into your history and understand that a lot of women died in March. And in those deaths of those powerful women, those women who were fighting for causes and fighting for actions and making drives, you want to make sure that you're riding that wave and getting your shit together too. Use this month as an opportunity to change your life into what it could be. Way better than what you thought it was going to be. Something that's actually livable, something that you can enjoy, something that you could love. So that's where Yoni steaming goes. Yoni steaming starts with 20-25 minutes out of your day. That turns into a weekly routine. That turns into a monthly habit. That turns into a year of progression of love and life for yourself. For yourself. So I just want to make sure, because I started early. When we're talking about Wombman's Herstory month, every Talk About It Tuesday, I'm gonna bring something new to you on the table. But I had to start with the Yoni semen because I'm one of those women who is making true history right now, out here truly doing something that no one else has ever thought to do. There's other people who have started this road, but I'm definitely gonna stay on it. This is my shiny socks and fedoras, minding my own goddamn business, right? But when we're talking about that woman's history, you want to tap into that power. You want to tap into the fact that we're not just celebrating one day. International Women's Day, that's great. That's great. But don't forget, there's the whole month of March. In Etsy, Sheadujour on Etsy.com is celebrating the whole month of March by giving y'all free shipping. It's that simple, as I sip my tea that I went over earlier today. All right, y'all. So I'm going to wrap it up. We're going to ender. But thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for your time. And talk about it on Tuesday, like real talk. Talk about the fact that Yoni steaming historically was already set up against women who had money versus women who didn't have money. And now in this day, in 2021, you don't need to have a whole lot of money. $10 in free shipping. Quit playing. And if you don't want to get the whole pack, you can get all of this. This is 4 ounces. Way more than anybody else is willing to give. And y'all saw the price? $10. Putting it out there, right? So thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for helping me make history. Share it with your friends. Like and subscribe. Put it all over your Facebook because they need to know Wombman's Herstory month doesn't just start with a day. It's all month. We got the whole month of March. We're going to make it happen, y'all. All right, I'll see you.